Sugar Mass.
From the heart of ZIZ Radio comes a political talk show like no other. The Edge, with host Devin Cornelius giving you his take on the biggest stories happening in governance today. Got something to say? Let's hear it. Give us a call at 869-465-2555, Monday to Friday from 11 a.m. to 12 noon. One solid hour of in-depth analysis of the machinery that makes our country tick. The Edge, cutting into the matters at hand.
Okay. Special good morning to each and every one, wherever you are, whatever you're doing. Another session of The Edge this morning. Mr. O'Gara is not in, couldn't make it, had some previous engagement which he had to attend. And so it's just going to be me on the board and on the microphone. So if you're looking at your TV, you will not be seeing anyone today, just me and my mouth. And my good folks, of course, who might be weighing in on whatever matters might be on their minds. So, as usual, I have no topic planned, and so it would be an open mic, meaning that you can call me and let me know what's on your mind. Any questions that I can assist with, I will try to do so. And, of course, we can have a conversation, whatever that comes up. All right, we can solve some problems and create some problems, whatever we do here at ZIZ Radio on The Edge, right? It's all about communicating. So our phone lines are open as of now, 465-2555, 718-577-2916, or our mobile number 662-8674. Feel free to give me a call and let me know what is on your mind in the neck of your woods. What might be bothering you, something that you see that is happening that you would like to speak about. I have something, I was trying to get it to the traffic police, but I might put it out and see what I get back. I have something that I want to sort of shoot across the board. Yeah? So, okay, let me just jot that down. I see my phone lines are busy already, so let me go to the phone and say good morning. The Edge. Hello?
Good morning.
Good morning, teacher. How are you doing?
Giving God thanks, man. Great to hear you.
As usual.
You know you could do it.
I fit in all the time, you know.
Fitting is one story.
What's the other story?
When you ask Alani Mike, is a difference. This is not Saturday show.
No, but I have good intellect, don't I?
I know that.
All right.
I try to improve it.
Hi, I like that.
Anyway.
Talk to me.
Yes. Talking about CFBC graduation, I guess you heard.
Yeah.
Graduation is usually in November. But it has been put off until February.
They give a reason for
No,
that?
they didn't give any reason.
Oh.
You remember they're talking about some unscripted or whatever, ungraded thing?
Yeah.
I am asking him that is a problem. Because a whole semester would have gone, first term would have gone a semester.
Yeah.
February is what, in the middle of the second semester?
I'm not sure. Honestly, I'm not sure.
Well, we need an answer.
Mm-hmm.
Because if that is the reason, then the education department, not even that, the college itself, because he has a president and whatever, they said the board agreed. But what about the students? Many of them I should have gone off to university, hoping to get their grades. Because sometimes you get a temporary admission.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe they get something temporal. Maybe the certificate ain't ready yet.
I mean, ain't ready yet. Boy, since August, the results them came out.
Oh. Well, I'm not sure about that. I'm not privy
I
to
hope
that.
somebody who's listening could give an answer.
That would be great, I'm sure.
It got to be stressing for the children. Even the college itself was giving temporary admittance.
Uh-huh.
And you mean November come and everybody ready to put on the gown and do the whole walk to the podium?
Yes. Well, yeah, you want to dress up nice and
Yeah.
mommy and daddy come and watch you and stuff like that.
You know what I mean? All the whole family come make noise. So we want to know. This thing of keeping this thing quiet.
Mm-hmm.
Now, as Dr. Jugan today, the co-ped or whatever meeting, do you know?
Yeah. You asking me if I know if he went?
Yes.
No, I don't. No. I'm not privy to that. No.
Because they're talking about those who contribute to the degradation of the climate must contribute more to help us.
Do you think we contribute? Do you think we contribute anything of significant?
Well, that's what I mean.
damage the climate?
We have great needs because our coastal area. This is coming in more and more. When you go by what do you want name out there for sharp over the peninsula?
Friars Bay area.
Huh?
Friars Bay area.
Yes.
Yeah.
I recall my husband and myself taking our children on a picnic, and that big stone was on the sand.
That is true. Well, it has done that many times. It made it on the sand and it made it in the water, but now it's permanently in the water.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
So I'm saying we need to begin to do some work on our coastal thing.
But Miss Henry, a lot of those movements on our shore came as a result of Port Zante, though, eh?
No.
Yes.
Don't give me that.
Yes.
Yes.
That's
how they do. You see, look how they take the water to do the
Miss Henry.
Desalination.
Miss Henry.
The water go back out.
If you want to prove it, throw some stone in a bucket of water that didn't fall, and you'll see the bucket come to the top.
And darling, remember that the bucket has a small diameter.
Yes, but it's the
same. Ocean itself. Anyway,
it's the same. It changes the dynamics of the water. First place had gotten bad results on that was down at Fisherman's Wharf. You remember that?
Yeah, no, Fisherman's Wharf.
Okay. All that they had just taken up, and I mean, the changes. Listen, over my years. Hold on, let's study a little bit. Just a little. Over my years of being around the seashore and stuff, going fishing, diving, all them things, there are times when you see the coral reef, and the next time it's sand. It just sort of comes and goes. But lately, it's really been kind of permanent,
Well, let me tell you something, which maybe you don't know. All of you, please wait till I finish.
Wait till what finish?
All who don't plan to call you grumbling. So let me tell you now.
Go ahead.
Using the cable TV, when they were going to do the cable. My daughter could talk now because it's years now.
Okay.
She did the EIA, Environmental Impact.
Yes.
And she had to do that for them to bring the cable came from St. Martin. And she had to get divers. Kenneth Samuel come back up because she hired Kenneth Samuel to do the diving, right? And all down, guy came down to Lime Bay. All the coral was dead because of what? The amount of pollution. I mean, in Bass, you don't have to get all the dirty water, the drain water with all kind of chemicals, goes straight into the sea.
Yeah, that's true. The factory did a lot of that too.
Yeah?
The factory did a lot of that too.
That is why I'm surprised they put in things, but they can't get water from out there. I mean, that's young people, we're talking about.
Over the years, it's been a lot of years now. The water has settled down.
No, don't pull yourself, don't pull it.
Oh,
But let me get another one before I go. You say grass, seabed?
If I see?
Yeah, you say you don't dive.
Yeah, of course.
The one day I was walking along the Newtown Bay Wall, admiring this seagrass. My daughter said that is because of pollution.
It's happening all over.
I didn't even know.
All over the Caribbean.
I did not know. I thought it was so beautiful.
If you fly, listen, if you're coming from Miami sometimes, from the time you start to come up into St. Thomas area, and you see, what? Floating, miles and miles of grass.
In my own ignorance,
yeah. So what you say? You like see it?
Marine biology. She did a degree.
Well, me said if you go on the the Atlantic side, you wouldn't like to see the amount of the grass that surfaces on the beach itself.
Yeah. So a lot of the pollution. This CL is why your sister was talking about grey water and having all the wastewater go into the soakery. But every draining sink is running there. Every dirty drain, clean drain, oil and everything. So, we are also contributing to the death of some of our natural resources. Anyway, let me hang up. So.
Okay, all right, Mr. Henry.
Yeah, but I want to know about the CFBC.
Well, let's see if anybody call in and someone of the parent who might have better information than us, because, we ain't got no...
Somebody, please come and tell us.
Children in school right now. So, okay. All right, thanks a lot. We missed that call. Okay. Do call us back, 465-2555. Let's see if we can get anything back on that CFBC graduation postponement or what they say, they put it off, something like that. Okay, ZIZ, The Edge. Hello?
Yes, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, and a good day to you and to all. They've had some good rain.
Yes.
They've soil, has been well watered. Now, just a couple of things very quickly. You made a point concerning the Port Zante and the effect on the coastline.
Yes.
That is correct. I worked at as officer in charge at the time at the planning unit, and the Caribbean Development Bank did warn about that in terms of environmental impact assessment. And you can see that not only for the Port Zante, but if you go around the island, here at Bird Rock Beach, when you extend, the coastlines, those are made over, you could say, millennia of years. And when you change the course one way, the sea will come in another way.
That's right.
And that is just nature. And so here by Bird Rock Beach, you go around by the fort, Fort Thomas, and you see where the fisherman's wharf, they change that thing, it goes around there. You go around almost as though you're going to Brimstone Hill, and the kind of jetty that is put there. And if you see what has happened to our coast, you have to go out in the sea and you see it. But even if you're on the land and you look, you can see. And so I do agree we need to address this, use that climate change and funds that come forward, and have some concrete projects that we can put forward to that. But also, we should also bear in mind that we have responsibility, our governments have responsibility and our authorities to guard our coastline, but by not doing it. We are a small island. We're not these big countries that can afford to, have some of their earth or their sea coast reduced. So that's important. But I want to just focus on something here. As I drove down this morning into town, and I saw all our young men, doing the landscaping and what have you. It's beautiful to see keeping our grass on our lawns and, the verges, having them done well. Yeah. But, we are a very fertile island, and in a few weeks' time, you're going to have the rain and the grass is there again. So that is a continuing thing. No problem with that. But what I'm concerned about, and again, I must commend, there's a lot of cruise ships coming in, and we have the cruise ship, and I'm glad for the jobs that will be provided through that, and we have entertainment, etc., etc. But I'm concerned about the lack of balance. I am disappointed, I must say this, that when the new government came into office, they did not come ready to start the things like the Basse High School and the housing with our own people, getting jobs and, acquiring skills to do construction. Because I see these young men, they're out in the sun. The same sun that people complain that, they don't want to be out in. They should have been learning skills to do some of these projects. Get going so that the Basse High School and those things, that would be providing skills, stimulating the economy, giving revenue when, people work, the money comes back to the government. That is what we need. We need to have some info. I am happy to see the roads. That's good. But we needed to have by now. And I'm looking at what was said, 669 million we got in 2022 from the CBI. We got another 662 million in 2023. It has dropped this year, but we should have, and this is another point, government has to be more careful with its budgeting and be more prudent with its spending, because we should not have whacked out this money, 669 for little 52,000 inhabitants here. No, that money, we should have still have a lot of money and money put aside right away to start the ball running with these projects. So I would just finally by saying this. We are looking at the U.S. elections, and what is coming out is that those on top, that is the current administration in the U.S., they are on one level, but they just seem to have not recognized that the people on the ground, many of them, didn't share their views, or they had different concerns. Not that what the top people were saying was not correct, but they had more pressing needs. We have to be careful about that here and remember our own people. Thank you.
All right. Thanks a lot. That's right. Some strong points there coming in, and different topics right there. All right. So speaking about the environment, though, I stand to be corrected, but I think that there will be a ban on plastics. I don't know if it's going to be 100%. That would be hard to do, but there will be a ban on certain plastics, I think, coming from January. I'm not hearing enough on that, if that's what's going to be happening. I am not sure if we are making preparations for that. Is it just plastic bags or I hear that will be plastic cups and stuff like that, plastic plates, and that would make a lot of difference. So I think we should start hearing and start getting times to practice to do without these things, because those are utensils that is used on a day-to-day basis, and it will take a time for, people don't like changes, and so at the same time, though, are we prepared? Are we in a position to handle the amount of paper that will now come on stream? Yes, I know paper is biodegradable, which means that they rot over a certain time, and plastic don't. But do we have things put in place for stuff like that? That's the next topic we can speak about. Anyone who wants to jump in on that, feel free. One of the things that I was thinking about the other day, a matter of fact, a couple of times, especially sometimes when I leave work, heading home and drive down on the main road, there will be a funeral coming up the road. People are still walking towards the cemetery, and the folks, sometimes one, sometimes two persons, are way ahead, directing traffic, meaning you cannot pass the procession of the funeral. You must turn down, you must detour, I don't know, in a progressive country, can we still continue doing that? Is it just the respect for the dead? That's what the purpose is? Because what is the purpose that you cannot pass a funeral going in the opposite direction? Is it just because of the respect? Or is there some spiritual thing, some kind of zombieism? I don't know. I really don't know. But in a time when traffic is so congested, when there's a funeral coming up and you're going down and you are strapped to get where you're going, and then you have to turn down or turn up, entering into a tighter traffic or some kind of deterrent that you wasn't expecting. I don't know. Is it just because of respect? As we said, as I said, you know, when we speak about progress, sometimes changes, sometimes has to make, right? And the traditional things sometimes, even though we might be sentimental to it, sometimes we may have to let go certain things. Just a question I'm asking: is there, what's the meaning behind it, and why do we have to continue doing what we do? As a funeral is coming towards you, you must detour. What about the folks who are behind the funeral, who has nothing to do with the funeral, and at some point in time, if it's not long enough, you overtake it? I don't know. I mean, just something that sort of draw my attention a few times when I leave work, and because around that time is when the funeral usually leave the churches, and so heading up to the cemetery, we kind of get in that bypass. Okay, we go to the phone lines. See, my phone lines are lit. Okay, we missed that one. ZIZ, The Edge. Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Yes, good morning.
Hello. How you doing, man? Good morning, man.
I'm good. Are you hearing me?
You can hear me clearly, right?
I can hear you clearly, buddy.
Yes.
Listen to the phone and not the radio.
I'm trying to follow the narrative this morning, right?
Yeah.
There's a lady that called. She started talking about the money. I didn't hear her for a while. I very much would like to encourage her to come back on today or keep coming on and voicing her views, Her and Miss Henry, I would like to hear more from them in terms of the money, the fiscal management of the people's money, especially in light we see where the Prime Minister has now come out and said we are the money that's coming in from the CBI is generating less money now. And also inside the Parliament, I listened to a clip and with the Prime Minister last week in Parliament, and he has said that a lot of things is now in trouble. The banking system is in trouble, the Social Security is in trouble, and the CBI is in trouble. So those persons who has this financial expertise in the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis, we should encourage them to come forward more so we, the public, can gain more financial experience by, from listening to their narrative. I need to hear more of that. We need to hear more of that because we know that over the years, the amount of money that they collected with the CBI program, St. Kitts and Nevis, being that there are only 53,000 people between two islands, that money should be managed in a better way. We're not seeing that. And my concern is that how are we going to stop these politicians from this reckless spending and this mismanagement of our money? We are talking a lot about American politics from down there, but in American politics, they have these checks and balances that will slow down and stop these politicians from doing certain things. I don't see the checks and balances in St. Kitts and Nevis. Yes, there's certain stuff that in place in St. Kitts and Nevis as well, but the politicians there seems like they are ignoring the people. It seems like they're not worrying about the people in the general public at all. They're not worrying about the citizens of the country, whether the citizens get a piece of the pie or whether they put that money back into the development of the country. We are not seeing both of it happening. And that's my biggest concern. These monies that the Prime Minister had given those figures for those 6 years, that is some serious money that these guys collected over the years. And that money is only going into certain people's hands. Who is going to step up and make the change in this political arena in St. Kitts Nevis? We don't really support Donald Trump, and some of us don't like him. But one thing I can say about that man, he has shaken up the political arena in the United States of America. I want to see somebody on the ground in St. Kitts and Nevis step up and do the same thing like that. The political arena in St. Kitts Nevis needs to be shaken up. And between St. Kitts and Nevis, now that we seem like we have a cordial relationship between the Prime Minister and the Premier, they need to get those intangible stuff done, like the reforms, constitutional and electoral reforms done now while we have a good relationship. Because when the relationship between Boston and Charlestown is hostile, it's not going to happen. So those things that the people have been asking for, constitutional and electoral reform, it needs to happen now. The people need to stand up. Thanks a lot, man.
Okay, buddy. I hear you loud and clear, man. All right. Okay,
thanks a lot, man.
Okay, have a good day, man.
Yeah, okay, bye.
Okay, we go back to the phone lines. Good morning, The Edge.
Good morning, sir. How are you doing?
I'm wonderful.
I understand you wonder why people doesn't pass the funeral of them.
Yeah.
But if you realize when some big official die, they block off some the road them and send you the tour. Why they do that?
Well, that's a different way. I'm not speaking about. No.
Sorry. It's the same.
No, it's not the same.
First, if the same people going to the box that you're going to pass there, the casket.
Hold on, buddy. If you block off the road for a particular funeral or whatever reason it is, then it's blocked. I'm speaking about an open road, but a funeral is coming towards you, and they have the power to tell you to detour, to move to left, turn right. You understand what I'm saying? That's two different things. What I'm looking for really is what is the reason for it.
Well, the reason is
if it's just respect
family, not the dead. The dead in the box already cannot see them. But the people
who use the terminology
to respect them, because you have some drivers. I'm a driver too, but I don't do that. You have some drivers who see a funeral and overtake.
That is true.
Overtake. Right, that's
but you can also come from the back of a funeral and not knowing that's a funeral. Like if it's small, let's say 5-6 cars in procession, and the driver in the back is in a hurry for what reason and see an opening, and when he reach up and oh boy, man, it's a funeral. That can happen, you know. But what I'm saying is because of progression. In a progressive country, when you used to have 5 and 6 cars, that was okay, that was acceptable. Now you got 10,000 cars. That's what I'm saying. So do we continue it? That's what I'm asking for. We're not saying we disrespecting anything. We're saying, do we continue it knowing that it sort of disrupt flow of traffic, flow of movement, people on their journey? You see what I'm saying? You put in somebody else's.
I remember, I'm going up because I'm a big old money.
Mm-hmm.
When there's a funeral, the rub shop, they used to close the door.
Yeah.
When the funeral passing,
they open it.
As soon as the casket don't pass down, they open back the shop doors.
But that's a question I asked. Is it about suspicion? Some sort
of
respect, jumpy story
of the people them.
You know, in the old days,
some people are gonna manage.
In the old days, people used to fear zombie. People ain't fear zombie no more. So they used to say when you pass in the day, you glass up your window, close your window, all them kind of things. So
yes, okay, because that's where they jump, you know. they respect the family of the dead body.
But if you respect the family of the dead body, why you gotta close your window?
Right? That's what happened.
You should go out and salute and say my condolences.
So what I think that if, don't care it is, it could be a young baby and they go into the cemetery, is that no right to you just overtake?
Well,
right?
Like I said, you may not know.
Because eventually you would know, because some people, when they go to the funeral and they're driving behind the casket, they have had the flashes.
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
So, that's something emergency in front, you got a funeral in front of you. And then you coming down will stop. And after the casket pass you, you're going again.
I understand all of that. My question is of a different nature. Okay, ZIZ, hello. Okay, we lost that person. Do call us back, 465-2555, 662-8674. Okay, we go back to the phone lines. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hi.
The Edge.
The Edge, yes it is.
Look, I got something. Yeah, you mentioned some earlier. I got to draw some to your attention about the water system.
Yeah.
I live in the Virgin, but I come think a lot. I like to go walking on the beach. I don't know how come the government love the people to take up the godsend off the beach. I don't know if you're familiar with Keys, the whole stretch of Keys Beach, the stretch where those grape trees used to be.
Yeah.
But you don't want to see how the water take up all them grape trees now. You can't say walk up on the beach, the bank. So when I went up further up to the gut between Keys and Kiana, I see the seawater now going over up in the gut now. So once you go up, you can't come back.
Yeah.
I wish somebody will go. They don't want the government to love people to take up guts and off the beach.
There's some areas that they allow you to by permission. You have to go to Public Works, I think it is, or over by the stone structure to get permission.
I would like, when never come saying it, I'd like to come and get you and show you.
I know of some, but some of those areas, that's illegal sand mining, huh? Some of those areas, so you can't say the government sometimes.
When you start destroy nature like that, there's no way you could come back. And grape tree one of the most people want to go. It's been still to go. When I come to the work, come from the world, I got to go Keys just to look see grape.
Yeah.
Walk the whole course. One time I count 136 total nests.
Wow.
No. There's no way for turtle them to them now because the seawater now coming up, ripping out the turtle, ripping out the grape to them. So it's a bank. They can't go up on the system now.
Yes, I mean, these are things that, like you say, we got the environmental groups that's starting to look into it. We can't say it's too late. We have to try and.
Well, they need to go. They need to go up Keys, up to the gut, way up to when you reach Kiana, and they see what the discipline harvest in the guts and the destruction it causes now. So, because now the water now taking up eating up all the community, the shoreline going down, because the water overriding now, coming over on the land, up in the gut now.
Okay. Let's hope that something happens, my brother.
Okay, my brother.
Okay,
bless.
Thanks a lot for the input, man. Okay, let's see. I'm going to make a break, pay some commercial, get some pays right here, and then we come back to the Edge. Just stick and stay right where you are.
From the heart of ZIZ Radio comes a political talk show like no other. The Edge, with host Devin Cornelius giving you his take on the biggest stories happening in governance today. Got something to say? Let's hear it. Give us a call at 869-465-2555, Monday to Friday from 11 a.m. to 12 noon. One solid hour of in-depth analysis of the machinery that makes our country tick. The Edge, cutting into the matters at hand.
The future is unknown. Protect your life, your family, and your valuables from unforeseen circumstances. Let National Caribbean Insurance give you the peace of mind that you so deserve. At NCI, we offer a suite of affordable insurance plans that can be tailored to ease your financial burden. We aim to deliver exceptional products to satisfy all your insurance needs. Whether life, health, motor, or property insurance, NCI has the right solution for you. Our friendly and knowledgeable sales professionals are ready and able to assist you. Let National Caribbean Insurance Company Limited help you to prepare for the unexpected. We serve, we protect, we satisfy. That's NCI.
On
Sunday, November 17th, join us for the 3rd Annual Sugar Mass Awards. The pre-show starts at 6:30 p.m., building anticipation for a night of celebration. At 7 p.m., the main event begins live on the SKN Carnival Facebook page and YouTube channel, as well as on ZIZ Television. Tune in for an evening of recognition and honor as we celebrate those who have contributed meritoriously to SKN National Carnival. On Sunday, November 17th, don't miss the chance to be a part of this prestigious event as we acknowledge the heartbeat of Sugar Mass.
All right, we are back with another edition of The Edge, our final steps up to our midday newscast. And we go right back to the phone lines and take this call. Good morning.
Good morning, pleasant Tuesday morning to you. The Monarch is not with you this morning.
Yes, he has some previous engagements, he said.
Yes, I could understand it. Hey, Carnival is around the corner. He got a lot of work cut out for him.
He's a busy fella, wearing many hats.
I know, I know that. I know, and I see him wearing capes and things now too, so you know how that goes. I too was a lot concerned about funeral processions when the traffic lights came into play. I think nobody really looked in depth into that, but I was very much concerned about it. I think what happened over the years growing up as children, and this is something that I've listened to all the programs that you guys have from the time you came on. A lot of times we do a lot of things out of tradition.
Yes.
Because we met it there and we continue, but we don't take into concern that times have changed, and with a changing world, of a changing country, there comes a lot of things that we're going to have to kind of put back. Some of them not to put completely back, because I think that the respect and the honor and the loyalty should still stand. But I think a lot of things, especially when it comes to our traffic. Number one, I got an issue with the traffic lights. And that it's a good thing. Don't misquote me. I mean, it's a good thing. But I find some of them too close to each other. So as soon as you leave this one, you no longer come out of this traffic jam, then you put up on another traffic jam. The lights ain't spread out long enough.
Well, it's because of the intersections, though. I mean, that you can't change that. If you got the intersection like 4 feet apart from one another, you just got to walk with it that way. You know what I'm saying? That's the problem. That is what is good with St. Kitts. We have a lot of side roads we could duck to and dig out. You know what I mean? And get around things. But yeah, that kind of adds to the amount of traffic lights and the close proximity. That is a fact. That is a fact.
Okay. So I think what happened over the years, like I said, with traditions, we grew up with having respect for funerals. Like I said, closing the doors, closing the homes. If that funeral pass in an area where there's build up area with homes, you close the windows, you close the doors and stuff like that. I don't think somebody has told a lot of zombie stories, because the zombie stories was there enough to scare the crap out of us. But I think what we did over the years,
closing the doors couldn't be out of respect. Respect is not closing the door. If you respect me and when you see me, you turn your back on me, that can't be respect.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? So exactly. I grew up with that mentality that there was keeping out the spirit, of the person who's passing. They want him in your house tonight to haunt you.
I don't.
That's how we grew up. We grew up under those souk, and zombie stories,
I totally agree with that. But I think now with the traffic lights, and the thing about it, one is that funerals come from different areas, from different churches. Yeah. So you're using different roads. And it's not like I can come on the and say, well, there's a funeral coming from the St. George's Anglican Church, the Cathedral of the Anglican Church this afternoon, so the traffic will be whatever came up. We have to find ways to let people know, because it's not everybody who know that there's a funeral taking place this afternoon. Yeah. And you left your job and you're on your route to go home, and you're, like you said, you're smack dead in a traffic jam. And sometimes you already pass a road that you could go down. So now you just have to take your time, or you have to pack up and stuff like that. We have to find a way to get around that. I totally agree with you, because it's time consuming for persons who are trying to get home or get to an appointment or to get to work because they're on a shift and stuff like that. We have to pull to the side and pack up for a long procession, maybe 2, 3, 4 cars. Hey, God forbid if it's that amount. But at the same time,
don't forget the walkers. If you have a good amount of walkers, that's a problem, man. So, and I mean, I don't know. It's not a disrespect for me for sure. I just see it as in times when things changes, sometimes you have to change also, because look, that traffic ain't a joke,
No, it's not. It's not.
The bypass is clogged up. Central Street is clogged up. Keon Street is clogged up, and the Bay Road is clogged up around 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So there's no diversion.
There's no diversion.
So if you are heading on Keon Street from west, all right, and you meet a funeral coming up from east, and you don't picture, well, I got two traffic lights to deal with. And knowing, especially now, if you miss Market Street, you ain't got no more turning down at all. You gotta go up by the park to turn around to come back down, to come on the left side to go down now into town. And so all these things are complicated when a funeral come up, and then the guy in front, and he seems to be enjoying it well.
I know, because I have coming home, I have come across that once or twice, and I sit in my son's cars, and I'm fuming, and I'm just fuming.
Yeah, I think he's enjoying it too much. That sense of power, But like I said, it's no disrespect whatsoever. It's just something that I observe, and I'm saying, because I know in St. Martin, where you got 15 cars to one person per population, they can't do that. You go to the church, you do what you do, and then you meet at the burial ground.
At the burial ground,
everybody goes, wherever they want to go, travel how they want to travel, leave how they want to leave. Because it's a one-way road. I remember when we used to go to St. Martin back in the day. If you miss and get caught in traffic and you come into the airport, turn around and go back to your hotel. Try it next day. There's no way you're going to make it.
Yes. And especially if that bridge is open.
Because it was only one way in, one way out. And then they built a little old road over the hill. If you didn't know nothing about that, you could not get out of Phillipsburg.
That is true.
I went through that many, many times, And so sometimes, like I said, it's just all about progress. And we ain't got a little bit of care right now. Listen, I went to the Calypso tent down at Spratnet on Sunday night. And when I got there, I parked so far across the road, I was going back town.
Wow.
And when I go inside and I look, I said, but no. I come it was a lot of people. But it seemed like everybody came in 2 cars.
Yes.
There was more cars to me than personnel.
That is it. There's 10 cars at home, and everybody comes in their own car. Why can't we just,
a family right now has 2 and 3 cars.
Right.
People don't pool anymore. I want my own car, you want your own car, mommy got your car, daddy got your car. That's 4 cars per house.
I totally understand what you said, and I agree with you. But with those traffic lights with funeral processions, we're going to have to find a way to make it a little bit more easy on the traffic that's moving to and from with the funeral procession. No disrespect to anyone.
No disrespect whatsoever. It's just, like I was saying, it's all about the progress of what's happening.
Yeah, that is
We're not asking to enforce nothing. I'm just saying, is it really fully necessary? Yes.
Right. I totally agree. Yes, I totally agree. Okay, all right, you have a good day.
You
take
too,
care.
man. You
Bye-bye.
take care. All right. We go back to the phone lines. Good morning. Hello. Okay.
Yeah, man.
Oh,
good morning.
You almost got missed.
I wanted to give you a bit of information, right?
Yes, go ahead.
There's a radio station, 2020 Vision Radio, and Nevis. They have a show on Saturdays called The Good Old Days.
Oh.
Yeah, they had on the lady Thelma from the Hunkins Funeral Home.
Yeah.
Like last Saturday or the Saturday before. They was talking about funerals and dead bodies and stuff like that. Yeah, man. It would be good if you could get a hold of that tape, man.
All right.
Yeah, all right, man. You enjoy the rest of your day, bro. All right, thanks a lot, man, for hearing me.
Thanks a lot, man. Great for the information, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, we go back to we missed both of them. We go back to the phone lines. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. 2 quick things. One, with respect to money from the CBI, I find that a lot of people talk about the, quote-unquote, not very good use of the monies. They seem to forget that there are other sources of income. So when we speak of the country making $500 million or $1 billion from CBI, what about the extra 100 or 200 million that are supposed to come from other revenue streams? I think we're forgetting that part. That's one. Two, with respect to funerals, I'm wondering whether it is an arrestable or ticketable offense to disregard or disobey the guy at the front and proceed nonetheless straight across Chaos Street.
Boy, that's a good question.
I'm just wondering if that's the case.
That's a good question.
Is there any penalty for continuing to drive straight across? I'd like to know that. Thank you.
I don't think so, but that's a good question. It's just out of respect. You wouldn't want to be the one disrespecting. You know what I mean? Yeah, you as much as you will want to go because maybe you're late for whatever. Or you have to get there for you. Out of respect, you will make the deterrent. You know, we're good people. We don't break things like that. So, but I'm sure there's some youngsters who, trust me, would not have a problem with breaking that tradition. And that's why I'm asking, is it really, that's a good question. Is it in law? I don't think so. And how do you get the permission to become a traffic police because of a funeral? That's the next good question. All right, we go back to the phone lines. We might get an answer.
Hello?
Hello, you're on the edge.
I find that a lot of younger people, they're the ones who are going to drive to the funeral procession, Not seasoned people.
Yeah, people like me and you.
I went overseas, England, to a funeral, and police led the procession. They didn't go fast. Nobody overtake. Not standing there. They have two lanes going one way. But nobody overtaking. You see, a lot of people disregard the importance of talking to the children. Bring up the children work and instruct in terms of instruction. They don't do it no more because they themselves want instruction. Yeah, I'm telling you, I ain't got to funeral. But again, how big is St. Kitts? St. Kitts is only 68 square miles. And why we so how we to go places? Nowhere in St. Kitts far. St. Kitts is only 23 miles long and 5 miles wide. So I don't know what's wrong with us. Even in church, if the organist and get ready within a certain time to play off, some people in the church start to sing before the organist strike a note. No, I've seen it. I'm just starting because I put on them out.
I gotta laugh at you about that one.
We need to stop this thing about a lot of how we to go here. I see you and the men who are driving. Somebody come out from a side road. Come out in front of you, hustle you, and then just to stop.
Right in front of you.
Down the road in front of you.
Yeah.
All them
you're right, and then you're right behind them all the time.
When black people go up and then they get a vehicle, you look like they're rising heaven. That is why I'm using figurative language.
Yes.
So that is why it still happen. But two more little things. The one who called for us about, he said he is a driver and he was living abroad. Now, he must understand that a king is a king. A prince is a prince. If somebody has a status, you can't take it where. You got to give them that respect. The Bible tells you so. Everybody ain't alike. God created man. But God ain't make no two persons alike. And God himself anointed kings. So if you're a king, you're going to have subjects. And he is the supreme thing, because he is the creator. He sent his son. Nobody here was about his son. None. So we have to learn to understand that everybody cannot be alike and will not be alike. Give honor. The Bible tells you, give honor where honor is due.
Yeah.
Read Proverbs and learn. Nobody's too old to learn. But we have a way like to pull on people and believe everybody's supposed to be equal. Like some politicians say they're socialists. They talk about everybody being alike, but they are the leaders. But the common man can't be like them and enjoy what they enjoy. And the salary, no, They're just fooling our people. When you ask them, they'll tell you. Norway, let me start by saying Britain is the country that explored the North Sea for deposits of oil and natural gas back in the 60s. Help from private and the military, and they found oil and natural gas. Norway went on afterwards and others, and they explored too. And Norway extract the most oil and natural gas. Now Norway only got about 6 million people. But Norway is a unique engineering country, science and engineering. But they get so much money out in North Sea. Everybody in Norway is supposed to be a millionaire, but they don't use their money. Normally, they have it stacked away in stocks and things in America and other places.
Okay, buddy. We got some more callers.
I'm
trying to stick it on the local side.
With some other SIDF money. I'll tell you another day.
Okay, my brother. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, we go to the phone lines. Hello. Okay, we lost that one also. All right, so we got 7 minutes up to the hour of 12 o'clock. We could take maybe 2 more calls, squeeze them in quickly before the midday newscast. So give me a call. Let me know what's happening on your side. If you want to join the conversation about the funerals, about the environment, whatever, we're here for you. ZIZ, The Edge.
Yeah, good morning, Monarch.
Ooh. Your phone dropped out. Honey. Do call back. Top it up. Whatever it needs to be done for you to make that call. Do so. Okay. Yes, all callers, give us a call now. Busily. We still take the 2 calls. Seeing that one dropped. 465-2555, 662-8674, or 718-577-2916. Those are 3 phone numbers you can call us at. And if you want to jump in or if you have something that you want to talk about quickly, you can do so. Okay, so most of the folks do accept that it's respect, of course, to the dead or the family of the dead, that we do make a detour if there is a oncoming funeral towards you, if you're heading in one direction. But does that happen in the country area? That's a good question. That's another good question, because that happens in Bass there. But no, I don't know. I've never met a funeral in the country area. But does that happen? Because sometimes where the church is, the funeral home, if it's not in the churchyard, is a couple of, maybe up to a mile or 2 sometimes. And so there's no walking. Nobody's walking. It's just driving. And you will have buses traveling from one end of the island to the other. They will be passing. I don't know. I've never encountered one, or maybe I did and didn't know. So you see, there we go now. That's a good question. Is it just in town or area that happens? Interesting. Rather interesting. We have two interesting questions for today, actually, on that topic. So we go to the phone lines quickly and see what this person have to say. Good morning.
Yeah,
The Edge.
Good morning. In the country, the traffic stop and the funeral continue.
In the country, the traffic stops?
Yeah.
Even if...
sometimes it's blocked. Funeral on one line, but they slow them down.
Okay. But that's if you recognize that there is a hearse coming towards you in procession, right?
Yeah.
Because if some of the person, I've known people who go to the church in St. Paul's and get buried in Deep Bay and that kind of thing. So that's a good distance, right? There's no walking for sure.
Yeah.
So
the traffic will have to slow down.
Okay, if they recognize it.
Yeah.
Okay then. All right. Okay. All right. Thanks a lot, brother. Okay, there we got it, man. Okay, we're gonna make a breakaway for our midday newscast. Just want to thank all the folks who tuned in today and made their calls and made their contribution towards the edge. Nothing planned, just sort of winging it and putting out topics out there, and some folks bringing their own topics. And we did cover some important matters there today. And so, just want to thank you guys for another session of The Edge right here at ZIZ Radio. You stick and stay right where you are. Our midday newscast is up next.